All right, we have some clips of women speaking about men being intimidated by them. And they say this to make themselves feel more powerful. Men are mostly intimidated by the threat of violence. So unless your PhD has a 6-shooter or your job status means you carry a 9, stop it. Because we know the truth.
I noticed men do not like when a woman has their own. Y'all will sit up here on social media all day saying, I want a woman that's independent. I want a woman that has her own. I want a woman that don't need a man for nothing. No, y'all don't. Because y'all get intimidated by that.
This shows you just how delusional they are. They heard one rap song and think all men think like this.
Y'all really get intimidated by that. Like, I have my own money. I am a table. When people be like, what do you bring to the table? Baby, I will buy you 5 tables. How about that? But if I'm with a man, you're supposed to lighten my load. I'm not supposed to just be taking care of everything. You're supposed to be elevating me or just adding on to what I have going on already. Men will literally approach me with money. Like, oh, I got some money for you. I'm sitting here like, okay, congrats, that's your money. Dang, broke ass, you don't want to get no money. I know plenty of girls that want to get money. I said, baby, I got my own money. Oh, he ain't like that. He's like, well, what you do for it? What you do to get it? Baby, I have motion. I have a lot going on. It's not that hard. It's not that rare. They will literally look at you like they saw a ghost, and then they start acting weird towards you because you don't need them. It's like, why don't y'all want women that are self-sufficient? Y'all want somebody to need y'all just for y'all to complain when they ask you for something. Because now if I did have my hands out, then it's going to be, oh, she always asking for stuff. Women always got their hand out, but whenever we bring our own, y'all still mad. What do y'all want? What do y'all really want? Because baby, I'll buy me and you. But no, for real, I have my own money, but I'm not about to be with a man and just take care of him. Like, you're going to have to do something, baby.
Let me tell you something, baby. Beauty will intimidate a man. Weak men, to be specific. Okay? So, ladies, if you feel like a man is trying to be in competition with you, if a man is trying to nag you, and I talk about nagging, so just look at my video about it. But if you feel like a man is pretty much trying to bring you down, trying to throw little jabs at you based off of your confidence, because you're confident, because you're beautiful inside and out, this will intimidate certain men and women. And then they'll try to treat you differently based off of how they think you see yourself. You could be the most humblest person in the world. It does not matter.
I feel like men are really intimidated by women nowadays. When a woman isn't what y'all think she is, y'all get like, oh no. When y'all see a woman, y'all already have like a perception of what she's like, what type of girl she is. And then when y'all actually gain the courage to approach her, find out that that's not who she actually is, y'all get disappointed by that.
Part of that's intimidating. It sounds like I was expecting something, you wasn't it, and then I moved on.
And their attitudes. When you walk down the street, you look so beautiful. She can't even say thank you. You talking to, you better keep it moving. But we from New York, so that's how she say hi. You look good. And you gonna look good underneath my shoe.
How am I supposed to respond to that? Like,
I'll be underneath that foot.
Is that work is stress, and a lot of women can't handle stress. So the issue becomes about energy, entitlement, and contradictions that they show. You just have a bad attitude when you working all the time. Anybody does.
What is the real reason why you're single right now?
Because I'm a strong, independent woman that does not put up with bullshit, and it is real hard to find a man that is not intimidated or threatened.
Ma'am, no real man is intimidated by you. Just because you're attracting bums doesn't mean anything.
You know why a lot of women that's successful, or a lot of women that have a good paying job, or a woman that's making a lot of money are single? Because a lot of these men prefer a woman who is making low-class money. They prefer to have a woman that they can control. A lot of guys have told me like, oh, you know, you making this much money, you don't listen, you're not gonna listen to me, you're not gonna follow my lead, you're not gonna submit to me because you're making this much money. And I'm just like, that's really the dumbest shit that I ever have heard. A woman not submitting because she have XYZ of money, or she's in her job, she's making a lot of money, or she got her career going on, that she's not gonna listen to her partner. A lot of these men just be intimidated by women who is killing it and making a lot of money because they know that they cannot control you. They cannot control you with money. And a lot of these men, I don't care what y'all say, they are used to controlling women with their money. If a woman is making low class money, she's not making a lot. A man who's making a lot of money will control her with his money, and he knows that a woman who's killing it, she don't care about your money. You can't control her with your money. So that is the reason why a lot of these women that you see are successful or making a killing, they usually be single.
No, they're single because they have a bad attitude, just like you. Because most men do not care about controlling you. They just don't want to deal with a combative, masculine energy wrapped up in independence rhetoric. That's all it's all about. But you too slow to understand that.
I always find it funny when men be trying to holler at me and they be like, oh, I don't want to get your man mad. And I'm like, oh, I don't have a man. And they be like, oh my God. They be like, you don't have a man? They be so shocked, like, oh my God, you don't have a man? You? So don't listen to these motherfuckers on here. They be like, oh, nobody wants you. You're unwanted. Bro, in the real world, everywhere I go, motherfuckers do not get off my dick. I can't even go outside and go to the store. I cannot. The minute I get out my car, I'm being bum rushed. And they are all surprised. Like, wow, I can't believe you don't have a man. Oh my God. Motherfuckers be on this internet trolling like, oh, it's just a bunch of women that are past their prime and nobody wants you. Like, sir, are you crazy? Everybody fucking want me. They be surprised when I tell them I don't have a man. Like, but you're so beautiful. How do you not have a man?
Y'all gonna want to fight after I say this, but there's a video floating around of this girl talking about how y'all are intimidating men with y'all degrees. Y'all know how y'all love that coping mechanism, but let's really tell the truth about it. Let's tell the truth. Y'all are not intimidating most men. What's happening is a lot of y'all, when you get these degrees, you get it so that you can feel bossed up, so that you can feel like you that girl. A lot of y'all couldn't compete in looks with other women, but you can in things that you can obtain, like degrees, houses, cars, material items. And so once you get those things, it makes you feel like you're a better caliber of woman, right? And a lot of people can tell this about you just by being around you. It don't even have to be limited to men. I done been around women who once they get them degrees and get the money, their attitude becomes very nasty. And they think that it's all about them because they got those degrees and because they have money. Then they start looking down on people, talking crazy to people, and they just develop this really nasty attitude. And men find that to be off-putting. Most people find it to be off-putting, right? But you think it's intimidation when it's really you're just nasty. You think that you're better than people because of what you've obtained. Materialistic most of the time, right? You think you're better because you got a luxury car, because you live in a nice house, a penthouse, because you got a bunch of designer. And you got the mindset of how men maneuver when they get money. You think that that money is attractive to men. You think that the power that you have is attractive to men, but most men don't see it that way, right? So when you be out here, you trying to figure out, well, why these men don't want me? I got so much to offer. I got this. Yeah, that would be great if you were a man, right? And that would be attractive to women, but you're not. You're a woman. And so a lot of y'all, you so focused on obtaining all of this materialistic stuff that a lot of y'all end up being homely looking. You forget about the fact that you need to upkeep your looks. And so men are not physically attracted to you, but you somehow in your mind think that because you got so much to offer material wise, that they're going to overlook it the way you would overlook it when dating a man who got a lot to offer material wise. But again, that's not how it works when you're dating men. No man has ever looked at a girl and was like, yo, she busted, but look at that Louis bag she carrying. She dropped a Benz though. Look at that mansion she live in, right? Unless he wants to use you, those things that you have material-wise can't override if he don't physically like it.
See, right here is the truth. It's not intimidation. It's the attitude, presentation, where your priorities are. Okay, men are not rejecting your success. They're just rejecting what usually comes with it, a big ass head.
Successful women. A legitimate question for the men, the males of TikTok. Why are y'all so intimidated by successful women? Women that work full time, women that own businesses, entrepreneurs, women who hold their own, buy their own, pay their bills, buy their own stuff. Why does that intimidate y'all so bad? Like, I genuinely want to know. So, why are y'all intimidated by this? I need to know.
I got a question, and I'm not siding with either side, but do men feel intimidated by successful women? Do they? Like, as a man, would you care if your woman is more successful than you? I'm genuinely curious. I honestly don't know what I want to side with. What I do know is from my experience, I could feel a little jealousy in some conversations when I would have conversations with certain men about what I got going on in life. I will say that. I also will say that sometimes, even in the corporate world, I have seen men who did not want a woman to give them direction on what to do. But I really want to know y'all opinion. Like, I don't think that it's a bad thing for your woman to be successful. You know, I don't think it is. But is that intimidating for a man? Because you feel like you're supposed to be the dominant one. Like, you feel like you're supposed to be the one who's like the number one provider. Like, what do y'all think in the comments?
Tell us you attract low-level men without telling us. That's what I think. A successful woman doesn't mean she's desirable. What about compatibility? What about character? What about respect? What about understanding roles? We can take it really deep, young lady.
I have never heard someone talk about this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. My red flag in men is when they tell me something along the lines of, you make me really nervous, or you really intimidate me. Because I know it now. It's going nowhere. This is going nowhere. Might as well end this now, because you are not going to be able to show up the way that I need you to show up for me, because you're going to be overthinking half of it. I find that the guys who say that kind of stuff are the ones that, like, if I don't text back for 30 minutes, then they don't text back for 30 minutes. If I text back in 30 seconds, they text back in 30 seconds. Like, I just know they're sitting by their phone, like, waiting. Every move they make is based off of the move I make, and they're incapable of taking the lead. And listen, I get it. I'm nervous too, but I'm a woman.
Men in the dating world, I have a question for you, and you can tell me the truth. It's okay if it hurts my feelings. I need to understand something. And women, I need you to tell me if this has happened to you before. Because I have now had 4 separate men tell me, whether if it's on a dinner date, in a text message, whatever, in a tone that is supposed to, I think, almost be complimentary, like, you're just a little intimidating. Okay, I personally do not feel like I'm an intimidating person. I feel like I am pretty chill, especially if we're like just getting to know each other. And every time this has happened, I've said to these men, what makes you say that? The answer that they can give me is a vague, you seem like you have your stuff together. Or you take care of whatever, I don't know. So are you telling me at 35, I am a grown woman, I have a child to take care of, you're telling me it's intimidating that I go to work, I have jobs, that I pay my bills? Are you serious? Because I feel like the other side of this coin is, oh, women are gold diggers, women just want us for our stuff and what they can use us for. Okay, I don't want to use you, I don't need your stuff. Now, it's nice whenever someone takes care of you. Of course, that's great. But like, I'm taking care of me, my child. I have no expectations. What is intimidating? Could you help me? Could you explain this? Am I the only? I can't be. I know I'm not the only woman who men are saying this to, but I don't understand. Could you help me?
Let me say this to you, young lady. If a man tells you he's intimidated by you, that's his nice way of telling you he's just not attracted to you. He understands and he recognizes you guys just don't go together. That's all it is, okay? Men deal with pressure, competition, and performance every damn day. But if your success comes with a combative attitude, then he don't want to deal with that. That's just the bottom line. All right, you guys, that's it for this video. Until the next one, the truth will set you free.